So, good morning, all. Thank you all in advance for being a part of this webinar. Myself, Anish, I'm a product manager for Seceon with the CyberDisti. CyberDisti, we are a value-added distributor for cybersecurity products and solutions. And we are in the market for half a decade. And we are headquartered at Dubai and the regional offices at Oman, Kenya, Saudi, which will be coming soon. And we are spread across in India. We are a team of 45 members, which has channel sales people. We have pre and post sales managers. We have technical and engineering team to make sure the support at faster pace. So we fortify our clients through world-leading technologies and vendors, which covers 360-degree angle of cybersecurity. And today we are exploring the features of Seceon and focusing how we are staying ahead of ever-evolving cybersecurity threats. So thanks to Mr. Chandrasekhar Pandey, who is the CEO and founder of Seceon, for the continuous and consistent support. I also would like to hats off to Mr. Jubu John, who is the CEO of CyberDisti, for onboarding Seceon in our journey. So from Seceon, we have Yash, is the director of global channels. And we also have Mr. Nilesh, is a senior cybersecurity solution architect. And I am handing over the deck to Mr. Yash for further proceedings. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. I guess you guys have spent a very important time of yours and invested your time here. So thanks a lot. My name is Yashesh Vaishnav. I have been into the information security industry for the last 20 years and have been part of Seceon for the last 7 years. And I'll be presenting you a brief on the profile of the company, features, and then we'll move on to the live demo because that will be something which you all would be looking forward as well. Not only to hear what Seceon is, where we are present, what all customers we have, but we'll also cover how the platform looks like, what are the features and the unique selling points, right? So first of all, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining this call. And we are looking forward for some great, meaningful conversation at the end of this presentation and afterwards as well. We would like to hear from you a lot of questions and answers. So keep this session interactive once we conclude our presentation. Would love to interact with all of you, right? Moving on, I'll just share my slide and we'll start from there. Once you see the screen, just give a thumbs up like you did when Anish asked if you can hear me, right? Okay.
Yes, you are audible, Yash. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, perfect, Yash.
Okay, great. So first of all, we all are very well aware of cyber attacks in Middle East. It has been growing very fast for the last 2 to 3 years. We are, if I'm not wrong, Middle East is on the number 2 in terms of having cyber threat environment in most of the customers' organizations, in the government agencies, in the private sector. You will consistently see a lot of attacks being surfaced, right? I hope you guys are seeing the screen wherein you are seeing the different verticals of the industry which have been attacked by different kind of cyber attacks, wherein you will also be seeing that every country has been infected in terms of the cyber threats which are consistently coming. You'll also be seeing lots and lots of growth charts here, wherein DDoS attacks in the last 1 year has been exponentially growing towards 200%, 200%, 180%, and so on and so forth. And these are the kind of environments we are in right now. So many of the times customers don't even know that they have been breached. Many of the time customers comes to know after few months that, okay, now we have realized that, okay, there is a ransomware attack or there is a cyber attack or their data has been infiltrated. And that is what is causing the challenge because they are using firewalls. These customers are using endpoint security solutions, but still because they're using silos-based approach or whatever the technologies they're using, it is not giving them the right results. And that's why these challenges are faced. And one of the major reasons why these challenges are surfaced, because cyber attackers are using advanced tools and AI-based tools to get into the system of the customer. And there is no way that the cyber attackers are now targeting only individuals or certain companies. No, they are doing mass attacks. So before even a patch is run on a firewall, the vulnerabilities are exploited, and if the patch is not run successfully at the firewall, it will exploit the data, and it will start getting into the system. That is the kind of advanced based tools we are using. Just to give an example, a very simple example, we all are using remote sharing desktop application. TeamViewer is one of them. AnyDesk is one of them. Recently, TeamViewer breach happened. 150,000 subscribers were breached, and their data was on the dark web. So just imagine that a largest company's CISO, or a very growing company's CISO's remote sharing desktop application username and password is being on the dark web, how much chaos it can create. If it's healthcare CISO, or the owner of the oil and gas company, or the owner of the hospitality industry, just imagine if their remote sharing desktop application username and password is being leaked, what kind of chaos it can have. So my point here is, we need to have advanced based tools used at the customer's end, and they are looking forward for it, but the right kind of solutions are missing in the market. There are a lot of buzz in the market, AI and ML, but how many of them are really integrating with your network devices successfully? How many of them are delivering what they are committing in terms of real-time response? They're all lacking that. And that is why the cyber threat environment is still prevailing in the Middle East Africa market, and prevailing at a very exponential way. Is it that only cyber threat environment is evolving? No. Even the local compliance laws are evolving, which is to help the end users have the right kind of solutions and security in their current environment. So I hope you guys are seeing the third slide, wherein I'm showcasing Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and UAE Security Council's information related to the new compliances which they have come up with. And these compliances are for the benefit of the public and the private sector. Their objective is to help these organizations understand that these are the minimum requirements in terms of compliance which they need to have, so that they are secured, right? Moving on, cyber attacks by industry. So this is the third-party organization report, wherein 33,000 corporates were evaluated, and the outcome of that evaluation is this. It almost takes 197 days for an organization on an average to identify that they have been breached, which is almost 6 months plus. And I'm talking about SMB, SMEs, and large enterprises who are taking on an average this much amount of time. Just imagine that if it is going to take 6 months of time for the well-funded organizations or medium-sized funded organizations to identify that they have been breached, what kind of chaos would have already been created or can be created, and what will happen to their businesses. So if within a month, if you identify that your organization is breached, there is on an average loss of $3 million. And if it is identified after 30 days, it is on an average business loss of 4.25 million. But let us understand, business loss can still be recovered. But what about the patent loss, the confidential information loss, the USP of the business information loss, and so on and so forth? That is irreplaceable, and it always dilutes the business down to the ground. On the right-hand side, what you will see is who is actually behind these data breaches. 70% of these are the organized criminal groups, outsiders, you can say. And out of that, 55% is the organized criminal groups. And only 30% is the internal bad actors. But if your network devices are left unattended by the right kind of tools and the products, then those devices will be the medium from which the cyber attackers will get into your system. So you need to have cybersecurity services at every network device and also cover the cloud, on-prem, endpoints, and that is what is needed today. On the left-hand side, you will see the cyber incidents by industry. So every single industry is affected by cyber attacks in some or the other way. Today, customers are investing in what? They're investing in all of these solutions. So what I've done is I have covered the entire information security industry in this particular slide. Every single block will have tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 brands. Now, the challenge number 1 is that how many of these end users are able to buy most of these solutions. It is difficult, but let's say there are available resources for the companies and they can definitely fund into buying most of these solutions. The second number of the challenge, or the challenge number 2, is how many of the end users will be able to have the team which can manage these solutions which they have purchased. Again, a very difficult task, but let's say that the end users are able to address the challenge number 1 and the challenge number 2 by investing funds. But the challenge number 3 is inevitable. The challenge number 3 is how many of these end users will be able to manage this kind of a complex environment wherein multiple solutions of different multiple technologies are able to integrate successfully with each other. As you already know, those who are running SOC or those who have seen SOC services, you would know that they are already facing the challenge of not having a single console for the multiple solutions which they are using. And they have to put a lot of investment into advanced level features of threat hunting, dark web monitoring, threat intelligence, and so forth kind of a features. And then when it comes to the compliance reporting, they have a different department altogether for it. And they invest a lot of money into growing that department to ensure that that particular feature is covered. In short, in complex environment, devices are not integrated, which they have purchased internally to protect, and that causes chaos. So even if they will get attacked, they will never come to know which exactly was the product which failed, what process failed. So today's customer, your customers, they're all under this particular thought process, where to invest. Because many of them have already invested and burned their fingers. Many of them has already invested and they're still finding solutions how to take care of this alerts, the ocean of alerts which they are getting from their MSSPs. So what to do in this scenario? So the answer to these questions and the challenges which I just expressed and mentioned, the answer to that is comprehensive cybersecurity. And that's what Seceon offers. In an evolving cyber threat environment, in an evolving cyber threat environment where the challenges and the threats are coming on a day-to-day basis, which you don't even know how to cater, what do you need is an evolving solution or an evolving service. So our motto since 2015, when we were founded, is to offer evolving comprehensive cybersecurity. So 2015 we were found. 2016 we came up with our multi-tier, multi-tenant AI and ML based platform. 1,000+ users were catered after a year, and then we just kept evolving. We introduced EDR solution, we introduced cloud security, we introduced the container security and the vulnerability security and many other features. And in the last 2 years or 1.5 years, we came up with two major features. One of that is BI 360. The BI 360 feature is to help customers get compliance management. So there is a feature in which you will get compliance reports of ISO 27001, PCI DSS, HIPAA, SAMA compliance, ethics compliance. And with the help of this feature, you can just share the framework with us of any new local compliance law, and we will help you generate the report. And once it is published, you can keep keep publishing it on a timely manner as and when required, so that your customer who are responsible to give compliance-based reports, they don't have to go for hunting for the organizations who will do it. They don't have to go for hunting of the team who will do it. This is inbuilt in the platform itself, and your MSSP, which means the partners, will be able to do this on a click of a button, and within a day, you can get the detailed report. Second important feature which we came up with is the Sera AI. We all know that running SQL queries on the systems and keep finding all the data which you want is a task-oriented process for which you need skilled resource. And many a times, only having a dedicated feature in a person specifically writing SQL queries is difficult. So in Sera AI, you can, on your SOC analyst or your SOC team or your SOC manager can easily write on a basic layman language, top internet threats in the network, top bandwidth users in the network, and it will automatically generate the report for you. So with Seceon, we are evolving the AI and ML-based cybersecurity services offering so that we can stop the evolving cyber threat environments which are coming. Okay, moving further, you'll find that we have our customers segregated into all the customer segments. So whether it is a telco, government customer, financial customers, large corporates, small customers, microfinance banks, or any kind of customers, we have customers in almost all sectors. 10,000 plus customers we have onboarded. And I'm talking about customers, not their branch offices. I'm talking about real customers, end users being onboarded here. With the help of our 600 plus MSSP partners, we are a channel focused organization, right? Some of the MEA references, just for your reference, you'll find Yemen Kuwait Bank, you'll find South Ministry of Social Development in Oman, you'll find ASP Gulf, you'll find a lot of local research organizations. You'll find a lot of references in the Middle East in terms of the financial sectors or financial applications being used by the local bodies of the government or even by the private corporates. You'll find healthcare customers and so on and so forth. The best thing is that since then, we, being a unique service provider, we still have got 210 plus awards since Q2 2016. Now, this is something which you as a partner with your customers will always understand, that the world has evolved from a basic monitoring services to a proactive monitoring services. So people used to have maintenance services, then they had NOC as a service, and now they're looking forward for not just as a SOC as a service, they're looking forward for real-time remediation. They're looking forward for real-time response. And that's why today's SOC are purely focused on having proactive monitoring with automation. They want NDR, they want cyber defense, they want SOAR, EDR, cloud native SIM, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of features which they are looking forward for from the providers who are going to give them the cybersecurity services. And that's where cybersecurity Seceon platform comes into the play, where we have the complete set of features like EDR, EPP, network detection and response, file integrity monitoring, data security, threat intelligence, vulnerability assessment, user behavioral analytics, security incident and event management, security orchestration auto response, risk score tool, GRC. And with all of these stack of features, what we do is there are two major things which we do. First, we help customer save the raw logs at your end. That means at the customer's end. So the raw logs always stays at the customer's end. Only the correlated data comes on the platform, and the platform which we are talking about is on-prem and on-cloud, both available. And we already have our platform installed in Abu Dhabi so that even the correlated data never leaves the country. Okay. Second most important point, you can have the platform installed in your own data center and you can sell it as a SOC as a service or XDR 360 as a service to your customers. So that option is also available. If your customer says that I want the platform in my own environment because I have a big setup, I have money, I have no problems, definitely. The same on-prem platform can also be installed at the customer's end. there is a certain amount of hardware specifications required and definitely commercial involved to have the platform purchase done at their end. So that is also possible. You can even install Seceon platform on the local cloud of AWS server, Etisalat, or anywhere, okay, on Huawei cloud or wherever, right? So these are the few important things which I wanted to share. Now, the second most important thing, please understand, we are not collecting data only of the security incident and alerts like the other vendors are doing. No, we are focusing on collecting raw logs from network traffic and real-time data from all of the network devices and the endpoints which you have. Okay. So what does it helps? It helps because you are monitoring real-time data, which means you'll be able to identify the real-time suspicious activity immediately, which means that your network traffic is coming, your S flows, network flows, all of that is coming, right? And this all is coming where? At the customer's location itself. So there is a collection engine server which we install at the customer's end. The collection engine server can be installed on any location, on cloud, on-prem. Most important thing is that the collection engine server job is to integrate with all of your network devices. It is an agentless solution, which means that your network device will be sending the logs and flows to the collection engine server with the help of syslog server or with the help of the API based. Or if it is an agent like in Windows Server, you require an Xlog agent to send logs and flows, then it will use that. But from our end, there is no agent installed. We purely rely on the mechanism of the network devices to send the logs and flows to the collection engine server. Okay, so our objective is not just to take the security incident alerts and have the access to your devices. No, we let the network device send the data and the flows to the collection engine server. From there, the metadata comes to the platform for the correlation and for the further aspects. But from the collection engine server, the raw logs will be saved at a location of the customer's choice so that the raw log stays with the customer for auditing purpose, and they can pull back these raw logs on the appliance for forensics also. So you can save the raw logs at the customer at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years down the line. Moving on, for the partners, the entry point for the customers, because customers are already buying SIM solutions. But let me clarify. For me, SIM is like a camera outside your office. It will monitor everything when you're not there. It will definitely keep the record of it. That's it. You don't, but what good does that do? You cannot change the circumstance. You cannot take any action on it, right? So for me, SIM is a tool which will generate real-time, which will identify real-time suspicious activities and give the information to you. And that is today's customer's problem. Because all of the MSSPs who are doing monitoring services for the customers, they're just forwarding the logs to the customer. But those forwarding the alerts to the customer. And these alerts, what to do with it? The local IT team of the customer is either not well equipped with the information on what to do with it, or either is completely overloaded with already the work responsibility which they have of that particular organization. And that is where MSSPs who are just doing monitoring can't even find a solution for this. Many of them try to use third-party SOAR or try to use third-party NDR solution. But at the end, the consolidation, the compilation, and the single console, all of that is missing, which makes the life difficult for the MSSP or the SOC provider, and even for the customer. Why today SOCs are failing is because they're having a lot of manual intervention. They're having 30, 40 people's team and hardly managing 30, 40 customers. While with Seceon and the way we have created the platform and the automation inbuilt, you can have 10 to 15 people in your SOC and you can easily manage 100 customers. So for partners who wants to sell Seceon, you need to understand we do a complete 360-degree aspect or 360-degree requirement of cybersecurity at the customer's end. So even in our basic SIEM package, you will get SIM, you'll get SOAR, which is security orchestration and auto response. You'll get auto remediation, you'll get NDR, you'll get user behavior analytics, you'll get threat intelligence, machine learning and AI, dynamic threat models, cloud security. These are all the features in one single package. Now, this is the third USP of our solution. Like I explained, the third USP of our solution is we do not sell feature-wise our services. For SIM, there's a different license or there's a different device. For SOAR, there's a different license or there's a different device. For UBA, there's a different license. For NDR, for threat intelligence, for the reporting, for everything. No, we have single platform, single package, which delivers a lot of features. Especially, we have three major packages. One is SIM, one is XDR, and one is reporting, which we'll go into the next slide and see. But we cover the major requirements of the cybersecurity: SIM, NDR, XDR, compliance, and risk management. All of these five aspects are well covered by the Seceon platform itself. So not only we are talking about identifying the suspicious activity or the cyber threats on a real-time basis, we are talking about near real-time response on those particular alerts to ensure that the threat is detected, remediated much before it prevails in the network. As a Seceon platform, you'll find all of these features in one single platform. Now, let us understand the package. So we, as I said, one of the third USP which I said is we do not sell feature-wise. Now, there's the fourth USP, which I should say is combined with the third USP. That is, we do not charge based on events per second. We do not charge based on bandwidth-wise, and we do not charge feature-wise quotation to our customers. So we have one package, one device, one cost for year. That means we charge you per device per year and for the whole package. So in the SIM package itself, you'll find the security incident and event management tool. You'll find user behavior analytics. You'll find NDR. You'll find data threat management. You'll find AI/ML, IDS, IPS, threat intelligence, threat hunting, security orchestration and auto response, asset management, BI 360, SERA AI, vulnerability assessment, LTS. All of this is the package, part of the package. Everything is inclusive except for VA, SERA AI, and Security B360. I'll tell you why. Because VA is generally done by the customers on its own, or the partners are already offering those services, because they are not just offering VA, they are offering VAPT. So that is kept as optional. SERA AI, again, as I told you, it's a dedicated requirement where SQL queries needs to be run. You can use this as the AI tool to make your life easier, or to make your SOC manager's life easier. And BI 360, that is a dedicated tool for the reporting, right? So not all customers will be looking forward to have all of this, but yes, the rest of the customers would be benefited in having all of these features, including the long-term storage, which will help you to save the raw logs at the customer's end from 1 to 7 years, right? The second package is the AI XDR PMAX package. Now, we do not enforce our customers to buy our EDR solution. So if you already have customers who have CrowdStrike, SentinelOne, or any other EDR solution, we can easily integrate your current EDR with our platform and secure the EDR server, the EPP server which you have. And your EDR which you have already bought will take care of your endpoints, right? Our objective is to not let you be financially burdened by removing what you have already purchased and then have ours. No. If you want to use our EDR solution, it is available. If you're already using something, we can integrate that with our platform. We have 900 plus connectors. So mostly all the brands are already covered. If those brands are not covered, we can easily create a parser within 15 to 20 days of the purchase, so that 100% of your network devices will be integrated, right? So this is the fifth USP, wherein as a vendor, I can confidently say that we are looking forward to give you 100% integration of your network devices with the platform. Now, hardly many other SIMs which you have already seen or evaluated, the customized applications, customized servers, or certain tier 2, tier 3, or tier 4 brands of solutions are not integrated with their platform, because they are purely relying on the tier 1 brands or tier 1 solution or some solutions only. While Seceon has 900 plus connectors, so we cover tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 brands, because we have 10,000 plus customers which are using some of the other local product, which are using some of the other global brands. So we have covered that part. But even with the parser development team, we can create a parser for some customized server or the applications or the devices which are not currently integrated in our platform. It will just take 15 to 20 days, and your help to ensure that we read and understand how the logs and flows are coming from those devices, and we'll create the parser for that. On the third package is the comprehensive reporting package. Like I said, it's purely based for the reporting, where organizations who are looking forward to have compliance-based reports, they can have this. So PCI DSS, NIST, ISO 27001, HIPAA, RBI, SEBI, all of these are available, right? And if you're looking forward for the entire protection, you can go for XDR 360, which will not only cover your network devices and endpoints with the help of SIM package, but it will also give you extended detection and response, the EDR solutions like EDR, EPP, file integrity monitoring, device control for the dedicated protection of your endpoints, which are in and out of the office. And it will also include the comprehensive reporting part as well. The best part, one of the 5 USPs which I told, this is something which you will understand is the 6th USP. That is, we give you a single console wherein, with the help of our point number 4 and 5, wherein we integrate 100% of your network devices and the endpoints, which means that with the help of the complete comprehensive tool which we have designed, plus the 100% integration, we can give you the comprehensive visibility of all of your network. With the help of that comprehensive visibility, you get proactive threat detection because all of your devices are integrated, net flows, IP flows, your logs, everything is coming to the collection engine server on APE, on the platform. The metadata is coming, and we can identify every single suspicious activity and bifurcate into low, medium, and critical alerts. And we'll tell you that which are the critical alerts, and you can remediate those critical alerts as MSSP or as SOC provider on a real-time basis. We have already inbuilt 1,000+ playbooks. You can also write your own playbook in the SOAR. And the best part is that this particular feature is already integrated with your network devices, which means the SOAR can take an action at the Active Directory level or at the EDR level or at the firewall level to stop the threat then and there. And then definitely with the help of all of this information, reporting becomes more easier and more swifter, right? So that's it from my side, just covering the last 2 points. That is that 95% of the noise reduction is what we help our customers. That means that the customers will not get numerous alerts. They will get only dedicated critical alerts, and MSSP will be sending those alerts to them. The most important thing, the customer will be free from all of these alerts because these alerts are already remediated by the platform and the MSSP. So the customer is at peace. The customer doesn't have to worry about the alerts. Customer doesn't have to worry about the remediation. Customer doesn't have to worry about the budget, how much budget it is going to take for the whole year, because on the EPS base, they might have to pay more after 3 months, 6 months down the line. And if they have to have more features apart from SIM, they have to pay more at that particular point of time. And if the reporting needs to be done, they have to find the quotation, approval, and then get it done, which is a tedious task. In Seceon, you have per device, per package, per year cost, which makes the life easier for them to plan the budget. And as we are offering comprehensive security, our prices are already 4 to 5 times effective than the other brands, because if they try to match even 60 to 70% of the features which we cover, they will be already 3 to 5 times costlier than what our prices are. So as the platform, we deliver all of these features to give you defense in depth approach in a single platform. So as an MSSP, you can proudly go, as a partner, you can proudly go and tell that we are an XDR 360 provider covering the 360-degree aspect of the cybersecurity requirement of yours. Like I said, in our platform, we do not just take care of the security events and alerts. Any data, any network flow, any IP flow coming from DNS, DHCP server, vulnerability data, or the database server or application server, threat intel, EDR, XDR, cloud-based applications, SaaS, IaaS or PaaS, or firewall or VPN, or you have identity access management or PAM solution, you have Windows, Linux servers or network logs and flows. We take the telemetry of the data, logs, flows, packets, and we enrich that data, correlate the data, and generate the events and alerts, and bifurcate the events and alerts between low, medium, and critical. Critical alerts will be given the information to the customer, and not only just the information, they will also get a message after some time that this particular critical alert is remediated. That is the kind of real-time response we offer. So as a MSSP, as a partner, as a SOC provider, you are giving 360-degree visibility to your customers, you are giving proactive threat detection to your customers, and you are giving auto remediation to your customers. And with the automation inbuilt with all the tools which you see on the slide, you will understand that your team who will be managing the multiple customers, they have a single page from where they can do the It's a multi-tenant platform. So in a single page, you can take the action for your clients where critical alerts are coming. So you don't have to log in into each and every tenant to do it. That's why I said, because of the AI and ML-based approach we have used in our platform, with the 10 to 15 people's team also, 100 customers can be taken care of. So on the architecture part, we cover all the architecture. A customer who has on-prem and on-cloud environment, we can install collection engine server and easily get all of the data and correlate the data on the AP and do the protection, right? So that is one. Second aspect is if there's a cloud-based environment, right? So you can install the collection engine server on the cloud as well. And the third is if the customer has scattered network. So they have 3 different cloud, they have on-prem also. So you can install CC servers, even there also to collect the network flows and data. Please understand, CC server installation, there is no limitation of how many CC servers you want to install. You can install as many. There is no additional cost for any CC server, or there is no cost for the CC server installation. Second most important thing is collection engine server requirement, where on the hardware requirement where the collection engine server will be installed. It is very basic. It is 4-core, 8-core, 8 GB, 16 GB RAM, 256 GB to 1 TB hard disk, SSD. So even a good laptop can be a collection engine server, right? So this is just an environment wherein, let's say, customer, how to show the architecture to the customer. So collection engine server will be in the customer's location. We'll be taking the logs, flows, and telemetry of data, and it will be going to the AP server. The metadata will be going to the AP server, the platform, and then the correlation will happen, and you will see the dashboard, which Nilesh will show right now. An XDR server is only required if you are using our EDR services, or if you're using our EDR features. Then only the EDR server needs to be installed. That again can be installed in your network, in your customer's network, or on cloud. That's it from my side. If there's any question, please ask. You can put it on chat, and we can jump to the demo. And after that, we can have a dedicated Q&A session, right? So let me know, or we can jump to the demo, right? Let's go. So Nilesh, over to you, brother. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Hi, everyone. Greetings of the day. Hope you are enjoying the session. Now allow me to show you our platform walkthrough. All the different features and everything has been explained to you, all of you. That allow me to take some minutes to, give you how our platform look like and everything. So that way we can take care of it. All right, so I'm sure it takes a couple of seconds to load our demo environment. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. You can give your reaction gestures over.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thanks a lot for confirming, Anish. Yeah, all right. So we talk about the platform, how we are collecting the data from all over the places, and that's how we cover 100% secure 100% any organization or any customer. Doesn't matter which industry they belongs to, whether it's a real estate, healthcare, a fintech organization, anything. So that's usually people give a name, or that's all in one in SOC. Which means we cover 360-degree by capturing or consuming all the security informations as well as. So as soon as any organization started forwarding all the security logs, in addition, we are not only consuming the security logs like all the legacy SIEM do. What we do, we consume the network traffic as well as. So why network traffic is important? Because it provides you a lot of different insight about what is happening with your data, where your data is transferring, any lateral movement is happening. Apart from that, any malicious activity is happening in your network. Majority of time, legacy SIEM failed to detect that because they didn't consume the network traffic log. And the biggest reason is not to consume the log because of the licensing. the amount of holes the other vendors are making, because because of they charge based on the security logs or the bandwidth utilization. And that is the reason majority of time people are afraid to provide that network information, because they don't know how much data is going to forward on particular device on your SIM, and then after they don't know how much the bill they are receiving from the vendor itself. So that is the major challenge of our industry, that many times customers are not providing the information because they don't know how much bill they are getting, or how much charge they are getting from the vendor itself. It is something like you are getting a loan, but you don't know what is the percentage of interest of loan you are getting it, and then it becomes a nightmare for any organization, because it keeps adding a holes to a particular organization. While when you use a Seceon tool, Seceon OTM platform, OTM stands for the Open Threat Management. So when you use a Open Threat Management platform, everything we includes into a platform, and that actually helps. First is USP is explained by Yash, that the licensing model. We don't charge based on the EPS, which is event per second, or the bandwidth wise, because many times that actually impacts. You don't know, and sometimes we are not tightening the gaps. We are losing those challenges into a cybersecurity environment. Now, as soon as you onboard, like you are working as a customer or MSSP, when you onboard to our platform is built in such a way that we have the APE. The APE stands for Analytics and Policy Engine. The UI currently with C. So that basically resides at hosted by Seceon team, or your local partner as well as, and our platform can be installed in bare metal organization. Like if you have physical server, and based on your requirement, we can provide you the appropriate hardware specs, so application stays or work for a longer duration. Correct. So the analytic policy engine basically have a proactive threat detection model with context and good threat intelligence to addressing threat that matters with actionable intelligence and the driving contentment. So basically TI, threat intelligence, is available in our analytics and policy engine. Then we have a dynamic threat model engine that actually reduced a lot of work of SOC team, security monitoring team, because of dynamic threat model that is built by our team, that actually help us machine learning as well as dynamic threat model. So any security logs you are forwarding to our collection and control engine server. So basically that server will forward all the metadata to AP server, and all the data will be correlated and alerting itself. So from day one, you would start receiving the alert, and you don't need to write any single rule to produce the alert. So that's the beauty of our product, and that makes SOC teams life easy. Now question comes that, hey, you already have dynamic threat models, but I want to write some my own use cases which actually I want to cover or I want to monitor. So answer is yes, we have a feature called UDA, user defined alert. So with the help of a UDA, anyone can write a rule, and alerting can be happen manually. And then we have a fast big data streaming engine, machine learning, which actually keeps a track of user behavior, application behavior, network behavior, any protocol behavior. So everything we monitor through machine learning. And fast big data streaming engine usually used by majority of social engineering site, or the product or application which actually consumes the data in real time, and process the data, correlate the data, and provide the outcome in near and real time. So that's what similarity we have. We don't have any data lake storage or kind of thing which the competitors are using, but that actually a time consuming process in order to identifying the threats. Here we have fast big data streaming engine. rather than having a data lake structure. Apart from that, we have AI. A lot of people, a lot of time you hear about AI. So we have a AI. Actually, AI help again a SOC team or the any organization or the MSSP service provider partner to provide all the actionable intelligence, which means you can do a remediation with help of our tool. The AI help us to provide all the pre-built dashboards, reports that actually makes any organization's life very easy. If anyone asks for any kind of a report can be delivered in less than 10 minutes. Similar kind of things you can automate over the email as well as, so any notification of alert reports can be delivered over the email as well as with help of AI. Right, and the collection and control engine basically resides at customer premises. So that actually collects all the data from varieties of your sources. Like if you talk about how many sources, so you can see here Seceon.com, and plenty of 800 plus, or we can say 900 plus connectors and developers support is available. So majority of tier 1, tier 2 or any well-known brand vendor is supported by us. So any security logs generated by this tool can be parsed and fingerprinting accordingly and forward to the AP server by the CC. Right. Now question comes that, hey, I have some local application, I want to monitor that applications as well as. So answer is yes, we can develop a parser because we have a dedicated engineering team to develop this kind of parsers. What we required a good input, good document of what kind of security events is getting generated and how, like syslog, API based, because many times security events getting generated based on the product and vendor. So everything we support, and our team can deliver parser within a couple of weeks. We can say less than a month, because as soon as you start onboarding any customer, and if you share your requirement along with all the document and information, till the time of your closing or completing the onboarding, the not available parsers are already available with us. Right, so that's how our dedicated engineering team working on to build the parsers. So that is what we have. Now let me quickly give you a walkthrough or information about the platform. So as soon as you forward the data, you can see each customer represent in a tenant or tile manner. And what we do, we create a token on our product, on our platform. So with help of this token, any CC will forward data to this particular AP server via secure tunnel. So from CC to APE, secure tunnel will be built, and we use a standard HTTPS protocol in order to forward data. So any data which is traveling from CC to AP, that will be secured and encrypted with the help of highest level of encryption as well as. Right, and here you can see basic information about the, you can tell your company name, this is the tenant ID, and basic information what is happening in your environment over a period of last 7 days. Right, so this is assigned alert, closed alert, everything we can see, remediated alert. Remediated alert, which means our tool, like people are saying, all-in-one in SOC, right? Which means let's say any security events you're forwarding and the alert is happening. So you want to remediate that alert, which means you want to update some policy on your firewall devices which are reside in your organizations, on your Active Directory server, or if you are using Azure AD, remediation can be done. If you are using EDR applications like Seceon EDR, remediation can be done. If you are using some third-party EDR, so some of the third-party EDRs are allowing Seceon to use administrative level of APIs and push the remediation. Similarly, NAC devices are also supported, and any remediation you want to add, again we can add with help of our engineering team. Right, so this basic information which we are saving, number of events, EPS, threat indicator, these are the actionable things, like the red one is critical alert, then the amber one is a major alert, then we have a system alert, post system alert that we have a minor alert. So minor alerts are basically some suspicious event found from any host machine via network connections, or some suspicious activity happening on application level and machine level, anything. So that has a low confidence, but tool is keep on monitoring those hosts or users for further suspicious behavior, and it will convert into a actionable alert like major or critical. System alert, which means any particular alert, any particular data source which we talk, right, like firewall, active directory, or anything which is not sending a data over a period of 15 minutes, then tool will raise a system alert. So, and as soon as data start coming again, or data start resuming from that particular source, this system alert will be closed automatically. So that's how any system alert is getting produced. It keeps a system administrator or MSSP partner to work with customer that, hey, your source is not sending any data. Now, wherever we click, we'll get this kind of an environment, a particular customer environment, and we can keep checking the data and information. So by default, wherever you go in our dashboard or any other segment, you can see this time frame of 7 days. Now from here, right hand side top corner, you can see last 7 days. In last 7 days, like last 15 minutes, what is happening, last 24 hours, last day, what is happening, everything can be fetched. Right. Last month, what is happening, everything can be reviewed all together. Correct. These are the pre-built dashboard, very much interactive in the form of, so wherever we change any date or time or schedule, it reflects the data immediately. Along with that, what we have interactive capability, which means anyone wants to see what is happening or what is this, like open and critical major alert. So if I click on that particular part, I can see that information. So that basic level of information you can navigate here, and if you want to do detail analysis, it can be look further. And this all information which we are seeing based on the network traffic which we have consumed, like just good amount of traffic we are consuming, the private hosts are communicating to external host and all, and everything. Here you can see security events. Here you can see these are the internal hosts are talking to a malicious or blacklisted IP address. So that way it actually give a, we can do some proactive threat hunting as well as proactive actions on firewall to block this malicious communication. These are the top hosts with active threat indicators user wise. Here you can see origin wise. If I want to maximize this, I can see like this application data, network traffic, some machine learning, and the host. And further I can also drill down. So that level of interaction which we have. Right here you can see we can monitor any cloud environment as well as like Oracle, AWS, Google, Azure. Well, and apart from that, we have a dedicated dashboards for all these cloud applications as well as. Right. So in this, apart from this comprehensive dashboard, we have the NDR, EDR as well as where the endpoints are getting monitored and everything. Right. So Seceon EDR EPP. If you are using Seceon EDR EPP solution, you can use this. Now the question comes, this is pre-built dashboard. I want, sometimes you don't use cloud or a Seceon EDR EPP. So you want to remove those KPI and add some other KPIs. So is it possible? The answer is yes. If you click on this edit dashboard, then our BI 360 feature will help you to remove some KPIs or add some KPIs. So if I click on delete, I can delete that information and I can add appropriate KPIs which I want to monitor in my pre-built dashboard. Similarly, if you want to create your custom dashboards also supported by us, either custom dashboards or report with the help of BI 360 feature. All right, so that is what we have. This is our alert dashboard. So in alert dashboard will be useful for security monitoring team, that what is happening, number of actionable alerts for throughout the day, last 24 hours, how many alerts got assigned to a SOC analyst. These are the host wise, user wise, remediated alerts. So how many alerts were remediated and closed accordingly. If I shift to some more data, we can see, right? the differentiated like this: 50% alert and 6% were remediated by remediation tool, and 46% or near to 50% were closed by the SOC team. Correct. So that kind of activities can be tracked, monitored easily. If you wish to see the data, again, dashboards are interactive, very much interactive. Right. Switching to last 7 days. Okay. Right. So here you can see, I'll just maximize this. So this all alert. Right. Now question is, a lot of time people are asking why the dynamic threat models are able to generate all the use cases or not. The answer is yes, it will produce all the use cases. You can see compromised credentials, policy violations, file access monitoring, AWS, suspicious activity, this potential malware. These all use cases are generated by tool itself with the help of dynamic threat models and machine learning. All right, so that's why the SOC team is focusing on to remediating or closing all the alert with help of customers based on the agreements which they have. Like I said, that this all automated alert. Apart from this, you can see UDA, which means any alert which we are want to monitor manually or human written, it tags as a UDA. Wherever I click, I can get and see that data and information as well as. Right. So that kind of interaction which we have into a platform. This is end user machine wise, this is host wise, everything, and this is trend which we are seeing currently. This is moving to next, which is executive level dashboard. So here again you can see this kind of a pictorial view in which you can see this kind of a dashboard. So this is mostly liked by executive level people, or usually a monitoring team or monitoring partners are keeping this kind of dashboard into their main screen in order to showcase their customers, potential customers or existing customer, that we are doing extensive level of monitoring. That here you can see all the information which was there in performance dashboard. Here this kind of activity like remote users you are monitoring, endpoints, and for this you required a Seceon EDR EPP endpoints. Any applications or VMs running on cloud that can be monitored. These are the cloud users who are accessing application. Email accounts, which means you are if you are sending receiving emails from particular domain, that we can monitor, and we have a dedicated email dashboards also available into a platform. Live EPS count is much event per second which is coming, so that meter will keep on swinging from here and there. You can see recent alerts and everything. These are the device type which we are monitoring, or the logs are coming from it. And here you can see live network connections from the raw network traffic in the form of flow, and the threat indicators which are getting generated. So if anyone wants to see that, okay, what kind of traffic or anything coming, we can click on that particular data. Like here you can see some connection are happening to a China. So if I click on that, the query will be written automatically, and I can see all the connections which is happening, and we can keep on checking and all the information accordingly. Correct. Anything coming from Australia, what kind of threat indicators like IP recon, web exploit, this firewall which we are monitoring, we are getting it. Then we have a dedicated dashboard for EDR, EPP as well as, through which we have this kind of functionality. So if you are using Seceon EDR, EPP agent, you can always see this kind of information. Right. So last 7 days, these are the endpoints which are monitored. These are the infected endpoints. These are the applications which we have tracked, events and everything. These are the endpoint visited countries, process are running and everything which we can track accordingly. These are the risky endpoints to watch. Right. Further, you want to see, okay, the countries and origins coming. Means these are the remote users who are traveling either in UAE, India, US, any country, it will be fetch all the geolocation. Now, when I come to a particular, host screen, I can see data and information accordingly. Correct. So if I go here and search any particular endpoint, I can see all this information. Right. When I click on this particular the host machine, I'll get complete inventory details. That what is the make model of the product the end user is using, how much hardware resources end user is having. In network, we have MAC address of the particular end user machine, IP address, including Bluetooth connections and virtual adapters as well as. Further, we have application inventory, which means the end how many applications got installed into the end user machine, including the browser extensions as well as. So these are the applications, including version. If it is a vulnerable or anything, we can see. Then what we have a browser extension inventory. Like any browsers are any an endpoint browsers are having any extensions. Like nowadays we know that most of the browsers are having some extensions, or users are using some extensions. Sometimes these are the vulnerable, so we'll fetch those information and provide you whether it's vulnerable or not. Any particular service or anything is running into a computer, we can see as well as. Further, if there is action also available, action button available. So if you want to do some actions, like if you want to do some quick scan on the machine, if you want to do full scan, you can do. From endpoint level, you can take this kind of actions like upgrade. If you want to immediately shut down the end user machine, reboot, uninstall the EDR agent, everything can be done. Some quick response we can do, like disconnect from the network, reconnect to the network, killing malicious process. Then we have quarantining the file directly from here, unquarantine the file as well as. So all the activities and actions are supported, and we support Windows, any 64-bit of OS. Doesn't matter it's Windows 7, 8, it has to be 64-bit. Similarly, Linux OS as well as the Mac OS, everything. Any endpoint is online or offline, everything can be tracked down accordingly. From here, you can do live queries as well as. So if we pick any particular machine and we would like to do some query, we can just select the hand. The condition is that end user machine has to be online. And these are the pre-built queries are available. So if you want to take any query, we can always run the query. So from here, the query will be run. It will be forwarded to the EDR server, and EDR server will run this query to EDR agent, and information will be transferred securely to the UI screen. All right, so this I just ask for the basic system information. I'll get the information, everything. Right. Apart from this, if you want to write your own query, you can write here as well as. We have pre-built 500 plus rules. Apart from this, if you want to write some rules, you can come and write your rules to monitor any PowerShell script, any particular applications can be done monitor here, and alerting can be possible accordingly. Right, these are the applications. So overall organization inventory will be listed here. Like any application got installed into end computers, everything can be seen. Plenty of application we can see here was installed, and if you come, you can see these are the machines who got this application version, and these are the host name. All right, and any application of your organization is vulnerable, you can take appropriate action. Right, by listing, you can see this kind of applications are vulnerable, and you can see, okay, this application is vulnerable, install in this machine. Further, as a proactive response, or threat hunting team or monitoring team can investigate this malicious applications or vulnerable application, checking with end user what is the purpose or why they have installed. Along with that, if it is required to meet the organization need, then they can search for the non-vulnerable applications or the stable application and install into that computer to keep the end user protected against the vulnerable applications. So that is what we have. A lot of good features available in our EDR and APP. Now talking about alert analysis and all. So in alert analysis, you always come and see a good mini dashboard available, or we can see we are providing you this, all the alerts will be listed here. Further, what we have a basic ITSM tool So you don't need to, any organization do not have any particular organization have any ITSM tool, then they don't need to invest in ITSM tool as well as. If you want to manage all the alerts from our tool, it can be possible. And we can integrate to ITSM tool as well as any tool which we are supporting. Currently, this all integrations and support is available for all this ITSM tool. Apart from this, if you have any specific, the connectors or parsers can be built with help of our team. Right, so this severity wise, this is UDA, non-UDA, so automated alert versus human or manual created alert. Entity wise, assignment wise, which means these are the alert assigned, unassigned, alert by status, which means open, close, and the remediated. All right, and here you can see all the list of alerts. From here you can filter, you can search particular string. If you want to filter with specific thing, it can be done. Even if you come here and you want to filter major alert only, just click on this graph, all the major alert will be filtered. If you want to filter critical alert or UDA wise alert, everything can be filtered accordingly. If you want to see which are the alerts are remediated, you can come and see here. Right, which are the alerts are closed. So that's how our tool is dynamic and very interactive to produce or give you a result very quickly and swiftly with help of our UI. Now let me refresh this so we can see all the alerts again. Now so here let's say we have some let's say which are the alerts are coming most potential malware. So let me filter this potential malware. I can type or I can do this way as well as. So which we have this 3 different potential. Okay. Now I want to assign this the good subset of alert to a particular SOC analyst. Like let's say 5-10 alerts I want to assign to an analyst to take appropriate action. Now what happened? People are assigning one by one to a SOC analyst. Rather than that, we can do batch actions. So when I click on the batch actions, all this alert which I've selected can be assigned to a particular SOC analyst. All the list will be open, and here I will get the information, and I can see that I can write here comment that bulk assignment. As soon as I done, I click on the update. This alert, all this alert will be assigned to a particular SOC analyst, and SOC analyst will get an email notification as well as that, hey, so and so person, you all this alert has been assigned. And this will be the donut will be refreshed again. We can see this. Earlier it was more than 50%. Now it changed, and this got changed more than a 50%. All right, and any activity which you are performing on this alert will be noted down under the action history. So when I double click on this alert, I can see complete a detailed analysis, like this is a time where the alert produced along with the ID, potential type, severity, which are the origin. So if I click, keep mouse cursor here, the hover effect will show some host suspicious logs, some machine learning, Seceon EDR come into the picture and identifying this, producing as an alert. Now I will give you the more emphasis why dynamic threat models are helpful rather than producing the alert, because you can see here plenty of threat indicators. We can say more than 6 different threat indicators were correlated by the tool, from host, Seceon EDR, EPP, machine learning, along with all the occurrence or events which have been found. So imagine that if SOC team is working to create such kind of a rule to identify alert, sometimes it is next to impossible or very difficult to write, because if they are going to write, there are high chances of coming a false positive. Okay, so rather than that, dynamic threat models are correlating all the threat indicators coming from different origin and producing the alert. Here you can see MITRE tag framework. So any threat indicators is coming, it is mapped with the MITRE tag. So if I want to see what kind of initial access happen, I just need to click here and tool will filter all the threat indicators accordingly. Right? These are the threat indicators found that new process setup.exe was detected on this computer with this malicious host, with this malicious hash algorithm, and it is mapped with the MITRE technique. In credential access, similarly, or anything you want to filter, you can do immediately. Right? In credential access, we can secret some malicious script execution happen through PowerShell. Right? So that way, tool will help you to do L2 or level 2 or level 3 kind of analysis, and that makes SOC analyst life easy. Further, what we have, this is kind of a bar chart. We can see, okay, this malicious activity happening since from which day or month. Sometimes it show you the monthly data as well as if some suspicious activity happens. So on this very much 23rd, some activity happened with, but tool just identify, just not able to conclude whether it's actionable or not. So it keeps malicious severity score, confidence and severity score low. Then the graph will keep on changing and the severity got increased to after 3 days where more activities were happened, and then it is keep on happening. So tool has changed this alert severity from minor to major here and major to critical as well as major keep on happening major, and then I think on 29th it got changed to a critical. Now a similar thing I want to see to manage SLA or MTTD, that when this alert become critical. So you can see here on this timeline chart, you can utilize this alert timeline to provide a conclusive evidence whether SLA got meet or not, or how this alert become minor to major and critical. Right, so this was minor on 23rd, on 26th it was a major, and then on very much after 3 days it becomes critical as well as. Some actions, comment or anything, if we are assigning to particular person, everything will be listed here. And if we do some activity, any activity like assigning alert or commenting to any alert, everything can be possible. Right, from here if I add some comment, we can do. Right, so that basic activity actions can be done, perform here, and from here we can do push remediation, which means any based on the alert we can choose a remediation tool and push the remediation accordingly. So this is one-time activity when we're onboarding a new customer, but after that, we can apply workbook functionality as well as to automate the things. So if I click on the workbook part, the automation part can be made. So once the alert trigger, you can see UDA, we can check severity, and based on the severity, we can take actions. Like if you want to push remediation policy, like isolating the user and machine, we can do. We can remediate as well as we can assign the alert, sending the email notification, everything over the email as well as. Even after remediation, we can take appropriate activity as well as. Right, so this is how we have an inbuilt SOAR playbook functionality, where you can do manual remediation or you can use AI, actionable AI to push the remediation. From here, you can export everything as evidence, tamper-proof evidence to showcase to customer. And for last 3 months of activity, if you want to do forensic, you can search threat indicators and everything into our tool itself. And we have the Sera AI functionality feature. So in Sera AI functionality, which could be our virtual SOC assistants, again, it keeps SOC team life easy and making them efficient to do do accurate analysis. So Sera AI will help them to give a complete executive level summary. So less than 3 to 5 minutes it produces this kind of summary, which actually helps SOC team to review their analysis again and take appropriate action. All right, so this we have a pre-built Sera AI functionality. Meanwhile, we can take a look, the remediator segment. So if you want to push any remediation, so you can see this report is produced now. This kind of report is available. The alert ID, severity score, on which particular, this is the SOC analyst who is working on it. What is the alert status? These are the threat indicators which was associated, which is the virus or suspicious file found, malicious file found, along with the risk score. Any particular activity happen, everything can be seen here. All the detailed analysis when it was happened. You can see evasion techniques. So whatever activity has been used, these are the MITRE attack analysis, that this is what it happened. Potential attacker group, attack and attack channel analysis, which means this alert maybe or attack may be coming from this kind of potential attacker groups. Along with these are the techniques they have used. These are the missing steps, which means in future the similar kind of attacker groups use similar kind of tactics to do more damage to a particular host machine with this kind of a data exfiltration, lateral movement, some crypto mining and anything, right? So that kind of what kind of attacks or threat indicators we may see in future on this particular host, that AI is predicting and giving you a result. So this is all what happened and what can be going to happen in future. But in terms of recommendation, what plan SOC team can do, so that complete list of activity can be done by security monitoring team with help of customer or partner. Everything is listed. So detailed executive report is available, and that way it makes SOC team life easy. This is what we are seeing is a remediator, which means a remediator tool. Here you can add any remediator by choosing the category. So all the flavors of firewalls are available, including cloud VPC as well as like AWS VPC, Google VPC, Azure, Oracle, anything you want to add. Further, if you want to use EDR, apart from Seceon EDR APP solution, third-party EDR, which are supporting administrative APE, we have added into a platform. NAC device network access control. So we have added couple of, and we'll keep on adding if required. Identity based, so Windows Collector, Azure AD, these are supported. All right, so that is what we have. This kind of report, detailed insight report, which can be derived, how much bandwidth it utilizes or number of packets are getting exchanged in particular organization. So this particular week or last 7 days, what is happening, how much bandwidth is getting utilized, what amount of packets are getting transferred, who is consuming the most, which are the top destinations, top applications, allowed websites where your data is going, and the blacklisted websites, along with the percentage and the number of hits or visit has been identified in the tool itself. So that level of activity can be seen under the operational view. These are the pre-built report. Even if you want to do all the SOC activity report, security report is available. Any team, if customer is asking what kind of monitoring you do, you can immediately provide this kind of report. This week we have done this kind of monitoring and actions, everything all together, right? So it show you daily trend, open, close, status wise report, everything. So no need to create any handwritten or manual reports. Everything is available automated with help of AI, and that makes everyone's life easy. This already we have seen. Apart from this, we have BI 360 feature as well as, like I talk. So in BI 360, anyone can create custom dashboards and report. And we have this domain security monitoring. So with help of our VA vulnerability assessment, any organization can monitor their domain as well as scan their internal host as well as. And tool will provide you this kind of a scoring along with trend and domain, subdomain scanning and everything. So here is the sample report. So this kind of interactive report you will get over the email as well as that. Okay, what is the score, security rating, what is overall trend is going on, which are the criteria which you are looking for. Even same information is available here. These are the criteria, and the rating has been given accordingly. These are the security domains. So we just don't like, if we scan here Seceon.com and Seceon.net. So it not just scan Seceon.com and .net. It scan all the main domain as well as subdomain along with all the information. If any domain masquerading or brand credibility is involved, we'll provide you that, okay, attackers may use this kind of techniques to host similar kind of brand and try to do sophisticated engineering attack. Right, so your domain security team or web security team can take a look and take appropriate security posture so that your domain or website is well, very much protect against the external threats and attacks. So any vulnerability or any ports is open from outside, everything we list along with the vulnerability information. Along with that, we manage and monitor SSL configuration as well as if any vulnerability is there, any low security CA encryption hashing algorithms will detect. Along with that, any self-signed certificate is being used or any certificate is going to expire next month or already expire, everything will be listed. This is overall vulnerability posture on your domain that will be listed along with on what IP, what CVE, what is the score, risk, everything. Any vulnerability found in an application can be found, credential compromise and everything. So these are all the credential compromise, which means all this data available on the dark web. These are the compromised users and detector breaches which was found, along with the internal posture. So not only the external attacks, sometimes internal resource which are infected, they access your domain websites and may infect the domain as well as. So we provide you 360 insight from outside as well as inside what is happening, and you can any security team can take appropriate action. So this kind of a detailed report is available easily within a one click, or can be subscribed over the email as well as. And then any compliance report if you are looking for, we have a dedicated compliance team who are keep on adding compliance report, global compliance as well as local compliance, so that can be also available. So this kind of detailed reports are available into a tool. If you are coming here, you can always see like ISO report. You can come and see this kind of reports are available. Right, so this all reports are been produced and populated by our team. Even if you want to create, if you have a good data analytics team, they want to produce it, they can use our BI 360 feature. Right, we have NIST, we have European local compliance, SOC 2, SAMA, which is used in Saudi location. We have ethics, that is basically recommended by the Dubai Abu Dhabi healthcare organization. SABI report, again local compliance of India. So all the reports, the global regulatories or the local compliance, everything can be built in our platform. All right, so that's it from my side. The floor is open for any questions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nilesh, for the lovely demo. Anish, you can unmute all of them. I guess there are a lot of questions on the chat. I want to know about the shutdown and host dashboard. That is one of the questions being asked, Nilesh, by Vijay and by Mohammed Adil. I'll repeat the question again. Hello there. I want to know about the shutdown and host dashboard. Can you elaborate? Anish, can you unmute the mic for all of them so that one by one they can ask question? One of the another question, yeah, sure. One of the another question which was asked is, does it respond to web traffic through attacks such as OS command injection, SQL injection, etc.? Patch vulnerability, OS application firmware, etc. This is asked by Mohammed and there is another from Marwan. Yeah. So please ask one by one all your questions. The first question was Mohammed Adil's. I want to know about shutdown and host dashboard. Can you elaborate your question so that Nilesh can answer? Nilesh, have you, Anish, have you unmute the mic, please?
Can you just give me 1 minute, please? So let me unmute the respective persons.
You can unmute the mic for all because Then
No,
one by one we can.
I'm trying for that actually. I hope which
Okay.
can be done on individual basis. So let me see if I can unmute
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Just check.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, definitely.
Actually, I saw in one of the dashboard, I think it's host dashboard in Seceon, that
Okay.
I saw that shutdown of host. Is it the shutdown of the unusual or any?
All right. So
Nilesh. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, if you mute yourself, that I can answer. Yeah. So yes. So your question is that shut down the host, right? So in some
Yeah.
cases, you see that some malicious application running, or as an immediate action you want to perform. So if
Yeah.
Seceon EDR EPP agent has been installed, what happened? You want to take some immediate action like reboot the machine or shut down that machine so that infection should not spread across the network. So
Okay.
immediately when you go to host section, so that particular endpoint you are just shutting down to block
Okay.
all the malicious communication as a quick,
Okay.
quick remedy.
Okay.
Sounds good, Mohammed?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
I understood. I understood.
Any other questions? Anish? Looks good. Anyone to ask any questions? The floor is open. Please feel free to ask.
So Mohammed Nidal, I
Yeah,
guess you can unmute
what
your mic
about
now.
the
Yeah, go ahead.
web traffic attacks? Like I already told, asked you, the like OS command injection, SQL injection, like it will
We
make
detect
a
all.
CSI.
We detect all the
Oh,
web
okay.
attacks. We detect it
Okay, thank you.
and provide you a alert as well as, so that auto alerting is also available.
Oh, okay.
I guess Marwan, you can unmute your mic and ask. You asked, actually, you wrote patch vulnerability OS application firmware. You were going to ask something on that. Please ask.
Yes, Safa Muhammad Rafi. You have some questions? Would you like to ask?
I guess most of the people now can unmute their mic and you can ask the questions. Marwan, you can unmute your mic and ask the questions. Yes, Mr. Mohammed. Mohammed Afsal, you want to ask any question? Give 2-3 minutes, Nilesh. I guess they're unmuting each one of them one-on-one. So,
regarding the patch of vulnerability, this is Marwan again.
I'm Marwan.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Marwan. Please
Yes,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Yes,
It's okay.
regarding the patch vulnerability for the OS applications and the firmware, do we have an alert which says these patches or this is out of date, vulnerability is available, needs a specific update, or that's based on the patch management?
So when you do VS scan about
Yes.
those activity and
Yes.
feeds are forwarded to our tool, we can provide you alert and the security events as well as for that. And then the job of security monitoring team or the patch management team to patch all those vulnerability.
Excellent. Okay, fine, great.
Thank you, Marwan.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, guys. Any other questions? If no questions, you can give a thumbs up to the presentation so that we understand how good it was, and you can give a one-on-one feedback to all of the to the product manager Anish and the team. Right. So thanks a lot. I see a few thumbs up coming. Thank you. If there's any question you have, you can drop an email. You can drop an email, and you can easily ask to Anish, and we'll answer it. And we can have one-to-one session as well. Thanks for all the claps and on the thumbs up. Thank you. If anyone wants to unmute the mic and speak, you can speak and ask the questions. We are still here for more 5 minutes, and we'll like to address any of the questions you have. In the meantime, as I said, have a connect with Anish and team, and they will share with you the product details and the brochures and the data sheets. Or if you want to have a one-to-one session with me or with Nilesh, you can just let us know. Yeah. I hope you all enjoyed the session. Yeah. Let's wait for 5 more minutes. Hello.
Yes.
Yes, Mohammed Adil. I guess you wanted to ask something. Go ahead.
No.
Okay. I can understand because of the echo you are saying a few words, but it's okay. I hope you enjoyed the session. If there's any questions, you can just put it on chat and I'll read it out if echo is an issue. Okay, can you brief on system alerts from the MSSP portal by Safa Mohammed Rafi? You can unmute your mic and probably give more detailed questions.
Can you hear me?
Hi, Safa. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, I just have a doubt in the MSSP portal when the indicators like critical, minor, and then system alerts. I just have a doubt in the system alerts part.
Sure. Nilesh, can you address?
Safa, I didn't get you. Could you please repeat your question or elaborate?
From the MSSP portal, right?
Yeah.
There's sections like minor, critical, major sections, and then comes system alerts, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I just want to
You're
know.
talking about this, right? Alert indicator, critical,
Yes.
major.
Can you just brief on that?
Yeah, so that's basic information which we are giving. Like these are the alerts are opened in this particular environment, in this particular customer name ABC, right? Similarly, if you go to another tile, you can see like critical alerts. These are the critical alerts are open in this organization from last 7 days. These are the major alerts which are open. System alerts where any data source is not sending logs or network traffic to our collector. CCE basically. So alerting is happening based on that. Is that answers your questions or you're looking something else?
No, I understood. Thank you.
You're welcome. And once you come here, you can utilize this feature to switch from one customer to another customer. So that feature we already have that, okay, currently you are in this particular tenant and you want to switch to any other tenant. You can switch from using this, the drop down menu on the right hand side top corner across your profile.